old souls, young souls, and all my damn souls in between. Welcome back to another week of Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jessie Elly. Hey! What up, guys? We are lit. Happy 2022. We're back with more episodes, more artists, more guests for you guys to be motivated by. We have somebody super special on the show this week. Somebody who is an influential rapper in Boston, going through the struggles, the successes, everything to get to the top or just to make a name for themselves. Shout out and welcome to the show today, Young Lama.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
It's your boy Young Lama. You know what time it is.
How are you?
Doing great.
We are so blessed to have you here today. Thank you for even, taking the time.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And, Happy New Year. Because we in the 2022 now. It's, 2021 is in the past, baby. We moving forward. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, big things coming.
New year, new shit.
Yes, facts.
New goals.
And, it's pretty cool because I met you recently. This was kind of like a quick collab. Me and Young Lama met through Mav. Shout out Maverick.
Shout out to Mav.
Shout out Mav. And ever since then, I was just like, yo, I have to have you on the show. And he was kind of like, all right, I'm down. And then it was just a bing, bang, boom.
Hell yeah,
we
it was
got
a lit show.
Here.
You know what I mean? We had a lot of artists pull up. It was a one great night, you know what I'm saying? It was a lit night for sure.
And
Shout
I
out
don't
to
think,
Mav.
People weren't expecting you to perform either. You were kind of like a surprise that night.
Right, yeah. I didn't know until last minute either, like, you know what I'm saying? I just heard Mav hit me up. He was like, yo, you got a show. You know what I'm saying? Pull up as a guest appearance and shit, you know what I mean?
Hey, he said pull up. Who?
Maverick, you know what I mean?
We got fucking Young Lama.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's all love, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But it was all good vibes, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah. And can I fill your cup for you, my friend?
Please, yeah.
Of course. And I kind of put you out there, like you a rapper, you're in the Boston area, New England, doing your thing, making a name for yourself. But do you categorize yourself as a rapper? Is that, what you would say that you are around here, or?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I mean, at this point, yeah, I consider myself as a rapper, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I started more as an artist. Like, I wasn't really rapping, like freestyling, like here and there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really like into it like that early, I guess. I fuck with raps and shit, but I wasn't really into it. I wasn't really rhyming myself, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
More like from the artistic, like.
Well, I feel you because I'm like a writer. So like a lot of people don't, I'm a spoken word poet. So like I feel like all rap kind of comes from poetry. You know what I'm saying? Like people, if you've listened in, like some of my biggest inspirations are like Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, like these empowering women who's like their lyricism was already on point. Their lyricism already makes it rap in a way. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah.
Do you kind of feel like as a rapper from your own standpoint that you're kind of more of like a conscious rapper or trap rapper? Like, I feel like there's so many fucking categories of rap these days that it's just like, do you categorize yourself or you kind of just bop around?
I definitely would say like I'm like a genius, like lyrically, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, it's like
I love that.
I got a lot of story to tell. And then it's like people relate to it, like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm really out here with the metaphors, the similes and shit. Yeah, I do my best, but you know what I'm saying? Most of the times I kind of just like, just share my own story and shit, and just like what I've been through and shit, what I've seen and shit, what I like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a deeper attachment with my fans and shit.
Facts. And, I think that's special in itself because a lot of people, not even put aside rappers, even if you say singers or whatever, people just be putting out a lot of ignorant content nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you got bitches shaking their ass and you're talking about selling drugs, you're talking about this and that, or like.
That's what I always say too. Like when you at a certain like level, like, and you got the power of, like, you know what I'm saying, the microphone, the voice, whatever, like anybody can make it big, like just like talking trash or whatever, like, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like how you gonna influence like all your people, how your fans, like, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna put a like good impact, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
100%.
That's what it matters. So like,
and like,
it's a long journey, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I relate to that just on podcasting. It's like, how do you get your audience to relate to you? Like, what do I get up here and be fake every week and not talk about my real emotions, my real feelings, what I came from, the struggle I go through? How would I ever get somebody to feel what I feel?
For real, talking about emotions too, I feel like, sometimes like rapping nowadays, like No bullshit. Like, I ain't coming at nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Talk your shit.
But
Talk your fucking shit, young mama.
I feel like it's all about talking shit nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like people was like kind of low-key scared to like show any emotions but like aggression, because like they don't want to get picked on. They don't want to get like, they don't want to looked upon like, oh, he a soft ass. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's like, I don't care how tough you is. I don't care how gangster you is. I know you get sad sometimes.
Yo.
I know you know what I'm saying? You might not like, you know what I'm saying, shed some tears or nothing like that, but I know you be on your feelings and shit. But not everybody's comfortable enough to share those emotions, but they would rather always share the angry emotions, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I try to stay versatile with my shit. If I'm sad, I'm gonna give y'all some sad shit. If I'm happy, I'm gonna give y'all some happy shit.
Yeah.
If I'm turned the fuck out, I'm gonna give y'all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't promise nothing, like, you know what I'm saying?
But that shit makes a real artist, because like you can't promise what you're putting out. You can't say, oh, I'm a trap rapper, I'm this rapper. It's like,
you know
I kind of wanted to ask you that to see, do you categorize yourself? You know what I'm saying? And like the response you gave me was like,
yeah,
it's based on kind of what you're feeling.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, and shout out to all the, you know what I'm saying, the trap rappers and shit too. Like, me personally, like, you know, like, growing up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying, like, I've sold, like, almost everything. Like, I've been hustling, like, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, but I've never been really good at it. Because, you know, I love spending this shit.
It's so funny you even say that shit. Yeah, like, that's real as fuck.
Yeah, because I love spending this shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's like as soon as I get it, it's gone.
Yeah, so like I custom shit, and then I get some shit, and then I you know what I'm saying, I flip the bread, but like I end up spending the money, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't got the re-up money. I never been a good hustler. Like, I mean, I'm good at hustling, but when it comes to like drug dealing and shit, like, you know what I'm saying, I spend my money too quick. So it's like I had to find another, you know what I'm saying?
It's like I don't.
But shout out to the trap
that.
shit too, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just not my style, I guess, you know what I mean?
Of course. And you know, that's the thing, like, it's so beautiful about music and rap and everything. Like, we all have our own avenues, our own ways of coming up, and our own stories behind it. Like, you can't judge somebody for what they do because you don't know why they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, I was gonna jump into your lyrics, but I can't yet because you spit so much fucking truth. I just gotta hop on what you said before. I just want to say to all the people listening in, like, what Young Lama said about people not wanting to put their real emotions out there or talk about like what they're actually feeling is 100% facts. Like, everybody has a bad day. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say you're not okay. It's okay to be depressed and be down.
Hell yeah.
But it's also okay to put it out there. Whether you're a man, you're a woman, you're grown, you're not, like, old soul, young soul, or any damn soul in between.
It's not, you know what I'm saying, like, it is who you is. So if you're expressing something in that emotion, it'll still sound like you if you're really, like, ready to express it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to worry about. Like, you know what I mean?
But it's the highlight. What I want to really highlight was what you said about judgment, yo. Like, we're all afraid to put our emotions out there, to be real, to be vulnerable, be like, yo, I struggle with anxiety and depression. Yeah. I'm a young female and I struggle with anxiety and depression. Is that wrong of me to say? No, because there's other young females out there who are struggling with the same thing. Other young men out there who are going through the same thing as you, but feel, even though I make music, all I can put out there is like, yo, my baddest. Like, oh, I'm with the baddest bitches. I got all the jewels. Like, I got this and that.
Like, you know.
We're not all at that status, yo.
You know
Let's just be real as fuck.
That's just being too defensive, like, at a certain point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta live your life. Like, you feel me? Like, yeah. And then, so, on that note, I kind of want to go into one of your recent songs that you dropped, Lifestyle, featuring Mav. Hell yeah.
Hey! If you haven't checked that shit out, go check that shit out. It's literally, I was telling Young Lama, I'd be bumping it in my car like 2 to 3 times a day, not even just to hype him up. Like, I literally resonate with the lyrics in that song.
No, I appreciate that. So I'm saying, people can argue with it, but I'm telling you right now, that's the hardest track in the city. Like, you know what I'm
the numbers don't lie. You seen those fucking numbers on YouTube going up? I fucking see them.
It's still humble on the side, but you know what I'm saying? It is the hottest record in the city, I'm telling you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No doubt.
And the thing is, it doesn't have to drop and be like a fucking bopper. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in my head like slamming my head to it, but it's like, yo, I literally... So I'm gonna whip out some lyrics real quick. I got to. I fucking got to.
Yeah. You've been listening to my shit.
I literally appreciate your shit. 'Cause like I said, I'm a poet. I'm a lyricist. So when I see a lyric, I listen back and I'm like, yo, that's how I feel.
You felt the process.
I felt the even though whatever you came from, whatever made you write the song is completely different from the reason I'm resonating with it. That makes you a good artist because you're bringing out something in me when we're from 2 completely different walks of life, you know.
For
So if you don't mind, sorry, I just want to whip out a lyric. You said, like, would you still ride for me if you knew what I'd do just to live my best lifestyle?
Hell yeah.
You know, and it's like, I can interpret that, you know, how I do, but could you just give the people like a little bit of like where you were coming from when you wrote this and what that lyric even means to you, about like what would you know if you knew what I actually did, you know, to have
the thing
this?
that was exactly in my mind was like, it was more something like you know, like it's a cold world, like, you know what I mean? So it's like you can't always
So cold.
You can always be right, pick the right, I'm saying, like pick the right route. I don't know, you always sometimes, like, you know, it's not easy to just like always pick the right thing to do. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You always kind of have to like go out of your way, go kind of like do some, you could call it fucked up shit, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is what it is, because depending on the situation and the times and shit, you have to do what you had to do, because if not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you just be out there left out, like, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta win. So it's like, when I say that, like, would you really ride for me if you knew what I did just to live my best lifestyle? I'm trying to relate to everybody. Like, it don't matter. Like, it's like you don't look upon like on your past decisions and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's about like you know what I'm saying, what you do after you get at that point type shit. You feel what I mean?
Yes.
Like, cause like, you know what I'm saying, there's a whole lot of, everybody got their own stories and shit. You feel me?
Right.
There's some people like in the streets like slanging and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some, I'm saying, probably some like females like stripping and shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody got their own stories. Like I don't want nobody to judge nobody out of what they're doing to like get that money to get to a certain point in their life. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
cause it's like as long as they had the good intentions, like.
Good intentions is all. Your intentions is all that matters.
Because the sacrifices always got to be made.
Yo, can you repeat that?
Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's
You
like,
say sacrifices?
yeah, sacrifices always got to be made. Like,
Fucking
you feel what I'm
always,
saying?
yo.
Always got to be made for you to make a difference, for you to like actually, like, you know what I'm saying, like
Become a better you.
revolution, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sacrifices always got to be made. Like, and if you like, you know, it goes deep, but you feel what I'm saying? You get what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But if you have to make those choices, whatever those choices may be, to get yourself to that next level,
exactly. Like,
you know, and I think the big thing about it, like, would you still ride for me? And like that hit me so hard, like. The amount of people who stopped riding for me when they saw like who I really was, like the struggle I dealt with, like
is you like woke enough to even like, you know what I'm saying,
to
like,
mentally be compatible.
Like, understand, yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, we're from different walks of life, so like we haven't even got into young Lama's story at all. But like from me, I've already put out there, I'm a young woman. I've dealt with anxiety and depression for whatever reasons. I've been in, you know, toxic relationships. I've been through this, that, the other thing, whatever. When I hear that lyric, what I think to myself is, would you still fuck with me if you knew how depressed I was? Would you still fuck with me when you seen me without makeup on, when I'm crying in my room, when I'm alone, when I'm feeling my downest of downs, my worst of my days?
Exactly.
Would you still ride for me?
Hell yeah.
If I didn't have this show, if I didn't have my looks, if I didn't have, you know what I'm saying?
Because everybody got their own, like, you know what I'm saying, opinions and shit. So it's like, is you the one? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can we like really like relate to each other type shit? You feel what I'm saying?
And then even on another level, it's like, yo, crazy, like how manifestation happens. But like the past few episodes we had in Old Soul Young World, we're talking about our biggest support not coming from the people who are closest to us. Our biggest support coming from strangers, from people who just fuck with our lyrics, fuck with what we're doing, but not like your best friend or the person you grew up with or your sister, your brother. And then like to go back to your fucking lyrics, if I didn't smell so good, would you still love me? My own people hating because my pocket's chubby. Like, 100 fucking %.
That's crazy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like, shit, it's crazy. Because that's some real shit, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, it's like people say, like, you change once you start making the money and shit. You get what I'm saying? everybody entitled to their own opinions and shit. But,
Right.
but you got to change though. That's what I feel like. You can't be the same person you was 10 years ago.
You
I'm,
can't.
I'm not fucking with you if you're the same person you was
Nah.
10 years ago. I ain't gonna lie. I still fuck with some of my homies. That's like, you know what I'm saying? But
Well, like
that's 'cause
day
I know
one
them.
type shit.
Yeah, that's because
like,
I know
yeah,
them
yeah.
who they, you know what I'm saying? Who they really are on the inside. And like, I
Right.
know you as a day one type shit.
But those are the ones who would accept you at your lowest to low. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
yeah. But
Like,
that's what I'm saying, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you guys to change. Like, you guys to change for the better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Money is not everything. It is very important.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be on no selfish reasons too. If you got money, you can take care of people. Like, you can take care of family. You can take care of everybody around you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everybody around you will live good. Like,
Facts. And like you kind of said that too. Like when we first started the podcast, like you were saying, like having influence. If you have influence, you should be able to use your words in a way that like you know you're
hell
affecting
yeah.
a mass
Can
of
I
people.
just say this? That's why I fuck with Bob Marley.
Oh fucking
I'm
yo,
telling
that's
you.
my boy. Go off.
Now, most of the time when I say this, people don't like, you know what I'm saying, take me serious. But I really fuck with Bob Marley. Cause growing up, like I was like fucking with Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, 50 Cent for sure. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You know what I'm
are
saying?
those your
But-
inspirations? I wouldn't have expected that from you, but like
Yeah,
I
but,
love
like,
it.
It's like, you know what I'm saying, I'm all over the place. Like I don't
Yes.
like, you know what I'm saying, I listen to a lot of different type of music, but I fuck with Bob Marley heavy only because of the same reason you were talking about, because he used the power of his voice to like make a difference.
Shh. Yo,
I'm trying to be on that path.
his song about like mental slavery, and he's
Hell
literally
yeah.
telling the people like unchain yourselves from what they've
Exactly.
taught you for
Exactly.
all these years. Like
Hell
release
yeah.
the mental slavery
That-
and be you.
Yeah, that should hit you like hard, like that should hit you deep, yeah.
Especially being an artist, you know what I'm saying? Because being an artist, all we can try to do is figure out who the fuck we are.
Hell yeah.
You know.
But yeah, that's definitely my goal too. Like if I can make a big difference to a big, you know what I'm saying, like a community or everything, like.
So if you were like #1 bestseller, hip hop Grammy nominated, like Drake fucking status, like what would you want to give back if you could have a choice to give back to anything? That's a huge question. Wow, I
Shit.
just put you on the spot.
I'll do a whole lot of shit. Like I'm telling you, like not trouble, but I'll be a problem.
He'd be a fucking problem in
To
a
a lot
good
of
way.
people,
You
in
feel
a good
me?
way, like, you know what I'm saying. So because I do, because it's like, you know, it's like this is how I think about it. Not to get too deep in it, but like
Please get deep in it.
Everybody got to go one day. It don't matter what it is. Everybody got to die one day. You know what I'm saying?
You're born to die.
You're born to die, right? Exactly. I said that in one of my songs. I don't remember
Wow,
what song.
I didn't even know that shit. So that's
but
just like
long story
mental
short,
telepathy.
What I was trying to say was to like, if I'm gonna die one day, regardless, I'm gonna die bringing a big change. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever it
Exactly,
takes,
yo.
like, you know.
And that's like, I just think it's that mentality where it's like, okay, old soul, young world. Like I started this shit to try to get people more on the understanding of being like, yo, we only have, maybe you have lived past lives. I don't know, but like we do only have this one life that we're physically in right now. We're sitting here on set looking at each other having a podcast. We only have one difference to make before our physical bodies are gone. You know what I'm
Hell yeah.
saying? Do you make a positive difference? Do you contribute negativity into the society? Do you try to build up your community?
That is very important. Like, you know what I mean?
Facts.
It's all about your intentions and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, why are you trying to like accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish at a certain level?
Yeah.
And it's like you guys to know. You can't. I guess yeah, going with the flow don't work out too bad either. But you guys to know where you're going.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Facts.
strategize and stuff. So always is better work out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
sure.
And can I fill your cup while I ask you my
Please,
next
yeah.
question?
I swear to God, I'm not an alcoholic. You know.
Oh, but you know what? Yo, when we pop champagne in No Soul Young World, it's just what the vibe is. It's just what the vibe is. It's
Hell
New
yeah.
Year's. We celebrated.
Thank you.
And you know, that kind of leads me into, I've been wondering, like, how did you actually get started in music? Like, I know you said that you were an
Really?
artist, influenced by some different people, some bigger names and shit. But like you yourself, like coming into the rap game and in Boston,
That's
of
crazy,
all, because
yeah.
it's difficult over here.
Crazy, yeah.
And you have crazy numbers. So like shout out to fucking you, because you have so
No.
many people listening in and appreciating
yeah.
what you do. Like that is huge around here in New England.
It's so much genuine love. Like sometimes, like, you know, it's like I don't even know how to like you know, take it in. It's like I wake up, it's a lot of love. I'm just gonna say that. You know what I mean? But
like, how did you get to the love? I think that's what I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
it's crazy because, like, you know, like, I ain't gonna lie, I always had a little artistic side in me, right? Whether it was like just like you know,
from little.
yeah, painting and stuff, or like
I'm a painter too.
yeah,
You a painter?
I don't no more.
Okay.
It's probably been like 2.
Oh,
3,
we tapped
like,
in though to that.
decades. I haven't like you know what I'm saying.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, but yeah, I was always like, you know, I always loved music, like, you know what I mean, like singing, rapping, whatever it was. I was always been into it, but I never realized I really wanted to be a rapper. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
you just knew you were like musically inclined.
Yeah, but I think the most important reason was my kid too. Like I had a son. I got a son.
Hey,
I have
shout
a son,
out.
You know what I mean? Yeah, my baby Enzo. Like, you know what I'm saying. But when I had him, like he's 5 now. So like when I had him, like it was like I had to take care of some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
I like it's like when it was only for myself, I was okay to like. Whatever I had was okay to take care of myself, you feel what I'm saying? But when I had like a family, my kid and shit, I wanted to get more.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really like good at too many stuff. I don't even got my GED, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got your GED?
High school dropout, no, I don't got my GED.
It doesn't matter, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
That's fucking inspirational.
But when I had my kid, I started, it's the crazy thing, I never even like, I don't even remember when was the last time I talked about this, but when I had my kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I have to get some money, right? So I can't always like be in the streets and shit.
Yeah.
So I started like, you know, like busting tables, like, you know, like food running, like, and I ain't gonna lie, cause like I'm a very like hardworking kid though, like, you know, like I got my goals and shit, but I do understand like where you start is not where you end, like, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? There's always a long, like, you got to start somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was mopping floors, I was like busting tables and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna lie, like, not even 3 months, like, I got offers to be the bartender, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cause the hard work.
It was the work ethic, yeah.
Yeah.
But I always had that in me, like, you know what I'm saying? But, and then next thing you know, I'm bartending and shit, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I met a lot of people over there, cause like, you know, the club vibes and shit, like.
Facts.
I met mad people, and then it's like, mad of my really close people started talking to me, and they're like, yo, like, you know, like, you're cool as fuck, like, you know, like, and you know mad people, and it's like, you got a story and shit. I don't see why not you could be a rapper. And they should have never said that, cause like, you know, like, I'm very, very, like, I don't know how to describe it, like, I'm very, very, like, almost at a delusional level of confidence, like, you know what I'm saying? When somebody say some shit like that, I'm like,
you take that to heart, you're like,
if
oh,
that
for
motherfucker
real?
think I could do it, like, there's no way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So it's like, you know, I had to do it, and then I started rapping this shit, but it was whack. It was a lot of, like, you know, like, learning, a lot of improvements and shit, but
well, like you said, you don't start at the top.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a good story, and I'm gonna finish it right.
Hey, I love that. Big things coming in 2022?
Hell yeah.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you actually shout out your new song that you like just fucking dropped like
Hell
2
yeah.
days ago, one
Hell
day
yeah.
ago?
You know what I'm saying? No switching.
Hey.
Some real shit. I need y'all to fucking tap in.
Run that up.
On all fucking major platforms.
All
you know
of
what I'm
them.
saying? Whatever you got. Spotify, Pandora. What else they got? They got
All
any
of
new
it.
shit?
Apple iTunes, Apple Music,
everything.
YouTube,
You know what I'm saying? We
all
out
that
here,
shit.
I'm telling you, on my humble shit, but I'm telling you, it's the hardest record in the city.
Facts. Well, besides lifestyle, because that shit's
Yeah.
bumping right now. And you know, I am gonna get a little bit lyrical on you just one more time, just because your shit resonates with me, and like I said, anyone listening in, like, please make sure you go check out Young Lama's shit. Like, to be 100% honest with you, I had not heard of you until a couple months ago. And when I caught on to you, I'm like, how have I not heard of you? You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that's crazy. So, you know, I just want to whip out a quick lyric. Like you said in the song, like, I ain't switching over nothing. Rep the same clique. I see you beefing over bitches. That's lame shit, pretty much. And it's like, you're still... Maybe I might have misquoted you just a little bit.
But yeah, that's right. Not like, you said it right. Because it's like, I don't know, like, people grew up in their own, like, ways. Like, you know, they have their own stories and shit.
Yeah.
The way I grew up, I was, like, schooled by my OGs and shit, like, in a certain way. Like, you don't beef over bitches and shit.
Yeah.
If it's a sister, it's a different story.
Facts.
Because that ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's a different story. But
or even like in general about you like saying like I ain't switching over nothing. Like you're not changing your vibe for other people's vibes, even if they're trying to like overtake you with that vibe. It's like, yo, I'm still gonna be me.
Even though other side look greener at this time frame.
At this time.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing fucking eternal. Like, you know what I'm saying? If anything, we're gonna fucking look upon that fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit, and then get our shit fucking right too.
Yeah.
But we gotta stick together. Like, you know what I'm saying? No switching. Like, it don't matter what it is. Especially like two things that I feel like people always switch. And I'm talking about like people that's like phone, like I'm saying food, they always be switching and shit. I ain't even talking about them, but even the real ass motherfuckers, there's two things that they always flip for: pussy and money.
Yo, facts.
Right? Like, cause I've had some real motherfuckers that I actually fuck with.
Yeah, you're like, yo, you'll ride for me, and then it's
And
like,
when I say pussy, right, it could be some little ass shit like, and not everybody gotta like, you know, like agree with me, right?
Speak your
I
truth.
have my own shit, you know.
Of course.
But if you're my homie and you can't respect my sister or my family members as whatever my relation is to them, right?
Yeah,
I always say
right.
this, like, your sister's my sister, your brother's my brother, your mom is my mom.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So it's like, when pussy make people weak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Makes
that's
people
how I look at
change.
people. Money and pussy change people.
Yeah.
If you pass those two tests, I'll ride with you forever. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Are you saying you put people through undercover tests, young Lama? Is that what you're saying?
that's how I judge people with though. I judge people with two
I'm just fucking
things.
with
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
shit, I judge people with two things: money
Yeah.
and pussy. If you can stay loyal to that, like, you know what I'm saying, I ride with you to my last breath.
Yeah, because that's fucking real. And you know, that's like, even with anything in life, like, even if it's not those specific things, but just in general, like, if you're getting tested,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And all these obstacles are coming in your way and
Yeah.
it's putting things against you. Like,
And
are,
remind you this, you still gotta pass a whole lot of tests before you get to that
a
test.
whole lot of fucking tests.
You feel what I'm saying? I still gotta
Yeah.
know you. You know what I'm saying? You really gonna ride for me when like shit's like, you know, shit go down south. Like, you know what I mean?
And honestly, yo, you sound like me in a way. Like, I don't trust nobody. And I hate
Yeah.
saying it like that, but it's like life has made me learn through lessons and obstacles and things like that, trials, I guess you could say.
Hell yeah.
That there's not a lot of people who will be real for you when they don't understand that they're
And I
being
ain't even
tested.
gonna lie, it really make me sad sometimes, because sometimes like
yeah.
a really close friend, like a close homie, like whatever, like your shorty, whatever you got, and then you realize like it's the other way around, whatever the fucking situation is, and you really like wish it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through that many times. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I gotta stick to my codes. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And that kind of builds you up, though.
Yeah, I gotta stick to my codes if I'm gonna look at myself proudly in the mirror. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and I always look at myself. So it's like disciplines. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Discipline. Facts.
I didn't really have that much discipline. I didn't grow up with a family.
Facts.
So I'm a hard-head. I'm a really nice guy. I'm the nicest guy you ever meet. I'm the craziest motherfucker you ever meet too.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's like,
and those the realest motherfuckers you'll ever
it's
meet.
like I'm like the mirror of myself. Like,
Facts.
I give what you give.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know, if you're comfortable, that kind of leads me into asking, like, I know you're not originally from Boston.
Yeah.
You didn't like originally grow up here. Would you be comfortable sharing a little bit about like how you came over here, or what your story? What is your background journey that put you through so much struggle that led you to wanting this success? Is pretty much what I
You know,
would love
it's
to know.
really complicated because, and let me just say this. This is like it's a crazy, like, you know, like, it's a really good question. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's like a lot of people always ask me, like, you know, like where are you exactly from? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't give a fuck where you're from.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the truth is, I got a Tibetan refugee blood
Okay.
in me, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also got a lot of like genuine Nepali fans. I got a lot of genuine Indian fans. That's because I lived everywhere. So I don't know how many people could relate, but if you're a refugee, like, you're not allowed to share your identity. You gotta blend in. It might not sound, you know, like the best, but because I'm gonna tell you another story real quick. I was 14. I got locked up for being a refugee.
Yo, that's crazy.
You feel what I'm saying? And I didn't know any better. Somebody asked me, what are you? I told them what I was, and I got locked up. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, but at the same time, I'm not all the way Tibetan too, because my grandpa, he moved from Tibet, and then he met somebody in Nepal. That's my grandma. Just a lot of mixing, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as lucky as we are over here, if you're born over here, you're a citizen over here. Not
Right.
everywhere is the same thing.
Some people don't understand that
just
shit.
because you're born in Nepal, you're not Nepal. Just because you're born in India, you're not Indian. Just because you're born, like, I don't know, wherever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
so it's like, it's not easy being a Tibetan refugee because I lived it myself. But any other refugees, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy because you're not allowed to completely address, like, where you're from. Because she get you in trouble. To get you, like, incriminate, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, she get you fucked up type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's like I lived, so my, you know what I'm saying? I lived in Nepal, I lived in India, and I touched down over here to the States.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie, I love you over here, and this is where I'm staying.
Around what age, if you don't mind me asking?
Like early mid-teen
Okay.
type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But long story short, I touched down over here. I love you over here. I'm staying over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey.
That's my baby right here. It's my home right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's Tibetan, Nepali, Indian,
all that,
Asian,
all
American, everything.
So don't try to categorize him, people. I was trying to read up on you, right? And it was you could definitely tell the person writing the blog was from like Nepal, and they were like, he's one of our own, like a Nepali, blah, blah, blah. And it is funny because I was talking to Slam, shout out Slam from Straight Vision TV, but I was like, I can't take this resource for what it is because I don't feel like he's just from Nepal.
But can you but you understand though? Because like the love is so genuine. Like I don't even want to like almost like not say the truth. Like you feel what I'm saying?
Because it's true in a way.
But I am what I am though. I got Tibetan blood in me. I got refugee blood in me. Like you know what I'm saying? Even though the Nepali people always show me mad love, the government never accepted me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't talk about too much government, but you feel what I'm saying? I do. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the good and bad, like, you know what I'm saying? But I would like to address, like, Nepali people, Tibetan people, Indian people, we all the same.
Yeah.
You know why we all the same? Because we all come from Sanskrit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Like, people always arguing about that shit, like, oh, you Tibetan, you Nepali. Shit, I might as well be Indian. Like, it don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about like, yo, that's the same religion. Like, you know, people gotta stick together.
And even just in general,
Free Tibet.
like,
can I just say that? Free Tibet, please.
Free Tibet? Yo, say it louder.
Free motherfucking Tibet. You know what I mean?
Yo, free them. Like, we all need our freedom. We all need our own ability to be ourselves. Like, I'm blessed that you are even able to go through your journey, to get through all the struggle, I can't even fucking imagine in my wildest dreams what it would be like being a refugee coming over here.
Wait, let me just end this. Like,
oh, please.
Let me just end this like this.
Oh, please.
Like, you know, like Nepali people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got so much love for them. Like, I do want them to understand, like, a big part of me has always been Nepali. Like, cause like my early, like, you know, like stage of my life. Like,
yeah. Like cultural wise, like do you relate with that a little bit more?
Yeah, like you get what I'm saying. So like, and it's like I've always like really, really big, like, you know, been Nepali. Like a big part of me has always been Nepali, I guess. Like, you know what I'm saying. And they always show me so much love. Like I can never let them down. Like, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
But at the same time, like, you know, it's just like free Tibet.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I feel that.
I need to wake all my Nepali people up. Like, yo, we the same. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, there's no division. We don't have to keep dividing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same. Like.
Yeah. And I mean, that's even here in the U.S. I mean, in the past last year, how much division do we have? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just in general, the whole world, we just need to unite and understand, we're all mixed at this point.
Hell yeah.
We all come from like 5 different places.
And I'm saying, like, we understand that because, like, we all mixed and, like, it's like very diverse over here. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I feel like people, I always tell this to everybody. I feel like once you start traveling is when you understand more shit. Yeah. Because you understand the human nature. Yeah. It don't matter what language you speak. It don't matter how you behave. if you got the same human nature, you're gonna act the same certain way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
It's like if you travel, it's like, 'cause, you know, everybody got the different sense of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like different
doesn't matter
vibes,
what language you speak, what body you're in.
different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Cause like some shit that we can find funny over here, people in India might not funny. And I love India. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like everybody got their own vibes. Like, you know, but
Facts.
traveling definitely like helps people to like acknowledge a lot of shit. I feel like.
Yeah.
So fucking just start traveling. You know what I'm saying?
See things outside of yourself, guys. Like if you
don't stay in that same box, right?
And that's exactly it. Like even for me, it's like, how do you see what's outside the U.S.? Like you have to get out there, travel outside the country, travel outside the states, see the things that make you uncomfortable. I think, you know, you were talking about change, you were talking about growth and becoming a better you. How do you do that except making yourself uncomfortable, right?
Hell yeah.
Every time you're changing or growing, when you're working and you're being a whatever, cleaning the tables or being a bartender, were you comfortable doing that? No, you were uncomfortable to put yourself in a better position. You know what I'm saying? And
I ain't gonna lie though. I tell you the truth. I was actually like, you know, like happy where I started either. Like too, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever job I did, like I wasn't really like one of those motherfuckers that was like really stressing out and shit. I was happy with whatever I was doing, like, you know what I'm saying? But because I knew where I was like getting at.
Yeah.
That's what's important, I guess. Right? Because like, once you realize you're always gonna stay at the same spot, it's like,
facts.
you start getting like depressed and shit, you know.
Yeah. No, 100%.
You always gotta like, you know.
That's why I started this shit. Like a year ago today in January, like I was not where I am today. I was not having the confidence I did, and I'm sure like same with you when you. Before you started music to now when you're doing music,
for sure.
What confidence did that build in you? You know,
I'm gonna say my shit was whack.
And it's cool to say, like, yo, my shit was whack too. Like,
and that's why I love my day ones that supported with me through that shit, because I really look at them like, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, like I really look at them like, and like, yo, like wonder like, damn dog, like you supported my shit, like, you know what I'm saying, even if you was doing this shit, I might have not even like said everything you told me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
but it's those people who like see it in you before you see it in you. You know what I'm saying? That's those real people that you're talking about. Like, oh, I'm friends with them from 10 years ago.
Hell yeah.
So, and you know, just like wondering, so from your whole journey of like coming here when you're younger, adjusting, having a kid, going into the music scene, et cetera, how do you feel like New England and Boston like responds to you being a rapper over here or an artist? Like, what has been your experience? Like, do you feel like you got a lot of hate when you started? You got mad love right away. I know you said you get a lot of love now. Has it always been love though?
It's been a lot of love, and even though it's not as much as it's supposed to be, it's not the city that I blame on. It's the fact that I've been moving all my life. That's why you see like I got so much fans from India and Nepal and shit, because like I left a little part of me everywhere I was moving, you know what I'm saying? So it takes a little time for people to like, and now I'm in Boston, right? I live full time in Boston because I'm a kid over here. And I got my brother and sister over here too. But most importantly, my kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after I had my kid over here, like because I was moving back and forth to New York, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, yeah.
I was like living in New York, and I moved over here, back and forth, you know, and then she went down, I had a kid, and then you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I've been living here for long enough to like feel like home. Boston's my home, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care like what anybody else to think about that, like, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go is my home.
That's, you know, and that's dope, and that's fire, and that's, you know, a huge part of the reason too why I've started Old Soul Young World, because it's like we want to make a name for Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to go to New York? Why do we have to go to LA or all these other places to make a name for ourselves? And I feel like you kind of answered it. I don't know if it's because of your music, because you're a kid, because your love for the city.
But like,
what
a beautiful city, like,
what kept you here out of
my
like
kid.
Okay, so it is,
because, you know, like,
opposed to like New York,
not to get too deep in it, but like, you know,
I
grew up talking shit about my parents all my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I kind of grew up like dolo and shit, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, for me, like, not being there for my son, like, I just make myself feel like a hypocrite. You know what I mean?
You so fucking real, young Lama.
Yeah,
You so
I'm saying,
humble. Like, I just, like, you don't understand, like, your soul, like, your type of energy. Like, I appreciate you coming and openly talking about this, because there's a lot of men out there who still can't face the consequences of being there for their children.
I'm telling you, ain't nobody,
even if
like,
they've been left by their own dad. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying, like, ain't nobody probably talk shit more about, like, more I'm saying, like, their parents, like, they're not dead type shit. Like, like, you know, like, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I said in one of my songs, I said, what did I say? I said, and I appreciate the struggle because it made me, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly
100%. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? If I've been complaining about some shit all my life, and if I do the same, I can't respect myself in the mirror.
Like, you're just contradicting yourself at that point.
Yeah, so that always kept me stuck to Boston.
Yeah.
And Boston's a beautiful city. I really like Boston. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Even though I you know what I'm saying, like you know, like my kind is more in New York. I feel like
he goes, my kind.
But you know,
don't generalize yourself.
Yeah, but you know,
I feel you though. I feel you.
But Boston is a beautiful city. That's where my kid is from. Like, you know, like 617, baby.
Do you think you can, you know, build a name here for yourself, like as big as you would in New York or another city?
I don't think Boston is like a music city either.
It's not.
You know, it's like, you know, Boston is a very laid back city, I feel like. Very, very diverse though, because I lived in a lot of places.
Mad diverse.
I lived in so many places in this world all my life. I've been homeless since 13, 14 type shit. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I really, really like moved to a lot of fucking places in my world. And I would say this, like for example, like let's just talk about New York, right? New York is very diverse, right? But they're all segregated.
Yes.
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
Like
there's Chinatown. There's
bro,
like,
I'm telling you,
there's
like,
Queen, like there's Queens is specifically like a certain in like
Asian people only chill with Asian people.
Oh yes.
Spanish people only chill with Spanish people.
They
like,
got
you
their
know what I'm saying?
cliques.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's always very like segregated. But I feel like Boston, like
very mixed.
there's not too much of the same kind, so everybody is like really like, you feel what I'm saying? And it's very, very diverse, way much more than New York.
Yeah.
You know, so that's another reason I like about Boston too.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, support-wise, it's a give and take. You know what I'm saying? I think
New York
it does.
people support me better. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Why do you think?
Because I just,
Like
I feel like
100% real.
in my early career, I feel like I started from over there too.
Okay.
More people know me over there too.
Okay.
Because like, I don't know, like Boston is like way too diverse, so like it takes time for me to like get to that level, but it ain't like I can't get there either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Boston, my city, like too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I think it's just getting people on board to like your journey and who you are and what the fuck you're about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just another, at least to me, and I'm just speaking for myself, I don't feel like you're just another rapper that I'll listen to like off the street, some random blah, blah,
and
blah. Like,
people's always been sleeping on, but Boston really got a lot of like good talent too.
we got so much fucking talent.
I really agree on like, and I'm not even saying because I'm born and raised in Boston. I've been moving all my life, but I really feel like Boston got a lot of talent.
There's so many artists over here.
Like I couldn't name them all, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
And, you know, like, actually talking about that with a couple people on my last few shows, because I had some Boston artists on. Do you feel like that, like, in Boston, that we're kind of, what's the way to put it? For ourselves? Do you feel like we're a little more for ourselves over here than, like, giving our support and trying to bring other people up?
I mean,
or maybe it's a circle.
You're right, but that's just how it goes.
That's facts.
You know,
that is how it goes.
As long as somebody ain't gonna claim that fucking crown, like it's gonna keep going like that.
Yeah.
When somebody claim that crown, that crown gonna make everybody like good on their ways.
Yeah.
But until that, everybody's trying to claim that crown.
Facts.
So nobody's like, you know what I'm saying.
But I think it's like what you said when we first started off: intention.
Exactly,
People with the best intention.
Right? That doesn't mean exactly. That doesn't mean you're a bad person.
It doesn't mean
a fucked up person.
Nah. Right.
Because there's some artists like you know what I'm saying, like I've never seen them, I never talked with them, but I still fuck with them because of their intentions and shit. I can see like what they're like what they're reaching for, what they're like like, you know what I'm saying, like it's with good intentions, and I can respect that. Definitely. As long as it's good intentions, I can respect that.
Definitely.
If you're trying to just get your bags to fucking get your revenge on everybody or show them who the real boss is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't condone into that.
Nah. Like, how much of that can we hear? You know what I'm saying?
I can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? It got to be for good reason.
And that's why it's like coming across your shit and like being able to talk to you, it's refreshing to me, meeting like a young male in Boston who actually has some type of humbleness to them, who actually has some type of story behind the music they're producing, who actually has a reason for trying to be successful and working this hard. Like, I just appreciate you. And
thank you.
You know, I don't know if you have any like advice that you would give to anybody who's in your position, or maybe who's been a refugee or is out here trying to make music and maybe at like not an advantage, not as an advantage as other people are.
I mean, there's so many shits, like, you know, but
you're like, I could write a whole fucking novel, but
but you know, like I would like kind of like especially focus on the Tibetan people. I feel like, you know, like a lot of us, like, we're not like really confident to like portray ourselves as who we really are, because having a refugee status is not easy, like, you know what I'm saying? So like people always wait for them to like get at a certain like level where they don't feel like they're gonna like get in trouble before they can even speak for something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I shouldn't be like that. If you're born, like, you should have a freedom of speech, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's no fun living like no one's like realizing like you say this wrong word and you're gonna just get locked up. Just like
basic human rights shit.
It's not fair. Like I would say, like, you know what I'm saying, like it's not, you know, I don't want to get too political, you know what I'm saying, but if like, you know, like people gotta like realize what's going on with the Tibetan people, I guess. And where, because like, you know, it's so much history. If you don't understand, you're not gonna understand. If you know, you know. If you don't know, like,
right. And I think part of knowing is education and knowledge. And it's like, even you coming on and speaking like, yo it's not to a sense where they're equal right now.
Because I've never even had like enough like, you know, like courage to like speak about this shit, because it's like, because you can say the wrong thing and you criminate yourself. Facts. You get what I'm saying? But it's not fair, because like you're born in the shit. I ain't do no fucking, I ain't robbing a bank, so I couldn't tell people who I was.
Right.
I'm born in this shit, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell people who I was because I was born in some shit. Like, that's not fair, you get what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, and it's like, I'm glad I made it this far, but there's still 99.99% that didn't make it this far.
Yeah.
And they could never say who they was because they get in trouble.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's a long journey. I still don't know how to figure it out, but we're gonna figure it out. I want everybody to stay strong, and I feel for every one of y'all, every one of my refugee motherfuckers. It don't matter if you're Tibetan, if you Hong Kong, if you fucking like, you know what I'm saying, wherever, like African American, whatever the fuck you is. If you're a refugee, I know you can relate to what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna figure this out together.
Yes.
I'm here for the people, like.
Yes.
That's fire.
That's all it's about, people. Being there for the people who cared about you, that you care about, and spreading knowledge and education. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hell
if
yeah.
I just like, I can't stop thanking you, because if you weren't confident enough to come here and humble enough to open up today and just say like, yo, I'm not going to tell my whole story, but I'm going to tell a little bit of it,
Hell yeah.
whatever I can tell, and hopefully
Hell yeah.
it resonates with some other people. Like, you don't know that the change that it can make in some people's life by even just hearing those words.
No bullshit, because I really wish I heard somebody say that to myself. Like, I never had nobody. I didn't even understand what it was. I was so young, I didn't even understand what it was.
Right.
So if I could hear somebody really like talk about how I felt, like, I would have really like, and a lot of people could never, like, most of people could never say it because they have their own like situations, difficulties like that. They can't like jeopardize.
Yeah.
And like share too much light, because too much light fuck you up too.
Facts, facts. Too many questions will be coming.
Yeah.
We don't want all that attention, you know.
But like, you know, and I'm only saying that because it is like, you know, what it is, because Tibetan people need the most from me right now.
Yeah.
Like Nepali people doing good, and then people are doing great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then people got the Bollywood and shit.
Right.
I love Bollywood. Do you watch Bollywood?
I do watch Bollywood. I've dabbled in Bollywood. I won't say I watch it on the reg.
I love Bollywood.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what I'm saying? So like, everybody got their own shit, but Tibet need more help than everybody else. So I need everybody to fuck with me and shit. I need to like just go check the history and shit.
Yeah.
See what Tibetan people are going through.
Right. and spread the love and like do your education. Like not even, I mean, yes, on Tibet, but like just in general, like, yo, if you have only been born in the United States and raised in the United States and only been the United stayed here your whole life, go look outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not educating yourself and placing yourself in positions that make you uncomfortable to learn about the history of us putting other people down to make ourselves better, or also at this point in 2022 where we're still unequal as societies and cultures and races, like
it's crazy how you're talking about this. 'Cause I was just talking to Mav about something similar to this.
Yeah.
I was saying like how it is better that we're in control than anybody else. Not to get too political, but I feel like it could have went so many.
Would take more advantage and
You
from other countries if they were in a higher control.
Can you agree with that? Like,
I know what you're saying, because I feel like it's a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not Hitler.
Right? It's more.
You know
fair,
what I'm talking about though, but like that
you know,
type of like.
So it's like, you know,
yeah.
I suppose I like it over here. I'm staying here.
Like dictatorship. I think that's what I was looking for.
I'm staying here.
Yeah. You have more freedom of speech.
I don't care who the
more
president
options.
is. You ain't fucking deporting me. I'm telling you, period. I'm staying here.
Get the fuck out of here. You ain't even trying, yo. Young Lama's coming staying at my house, yo. That's it. We keeping him here. Like, he ain't going nowhere. Bye. And, you know, we're kind of wrapping it up. We've been chopping it up, yo. It's been such a great conversation with you. I haven't even been noticing the minutes fucking passing. I'm just wondering about your name. Like, Young Lama, I obviously know it's not your name, and you don't have to give your birth-given name if you even know it. That's not what I'm looking for. But where the fuck does Young Lama come from as a rap name? Because obviously, first when I heard it, I giggled a little. Because honestly, me and my sister used to have this insider about llamas. We fucking love llamas. And she went to Peru and she saw some llamas and she took pictures and like it was a whole thing.
I don't think you realize how serious this question is. And there's so many ways I can answer this, or I can keep it real with you, like, you know what I'm saying? But me keeping it real with you would not.
Keep it real with me, please, yo.
It's so crazy.
Please
like,
keep it real.
But I don't even know which way this would, like.
Oh, so young world, we want it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know which way this would like end up, but it's crazy because like, I ain't gonna tell you the whole like truth, but I'm gonna give you a little like idea.
No, give me whatever
you know
you can give.
So Tibetan people. So okay, Lama was my last name. My first name is T-Ring. My last name is Lama. But Tibetan people are not supposed to have last names.
Oh, shit.
I
never knew that. You just educated me. I never knew that.
Tibetan people never got last names because we all the same.
Oh.
If you're Tibetan, you my brother. If you're Tibetan, you my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no, like, because there's not too many of us.
Right.
And just to bring the facts out, there's more than fucking 3 million people that died in Tibet. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different story. Mm-hmm. But coming from that, it's like, you know, it's like, it goes on a crazy level where it's like people don't, it can get very political, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, Tibetan people don't have last name, basically.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
But what do you do as a refugee if you end up in a different country? You got to adapt to their last name.
That's facts.
Right?
That's facts.
And it's crazy because it's like, I don't want to speak too much to what, you know, Lama is my last name. Like, you know. But we're not supposed to have last names. But I don't know who my father was either. So in my, like, imaginary fucking world, I just said my father was a Lama, because Lama is a certain people in Nepal, okay?
Yeah.
So in my head, I said, no, my father was Lama, and I'm gonna be Lama too. So I became Lama.
Hey.
That's on my passport. So I made my own last name.
That's fire.
I really love it, honestly, to be 100%.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's like, nah, Lama with one L. You feel me? Not the two L's, the one L. Don't forget it.
Lama also means like teacher and shit. Like a guru. I don't know if you heard that. But
I did
like
not know that.
It's like guru is like teacher.
Okay.
Or like, you know, somebody that's actually like, you know.
Well, I have known, like, actually it was before you were here, I think, but we were talking about Peru. I have like a deep connection with this book called Celestine Prophecy, where they go to Peru, and it's this whole thing. It's like a spiritual book. So I gave it to my sister for Christmas, a couple Christmases back.
I'm very spiritual.
I'm very so I tell people I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. That's what I am.
Yo, anybody that's spiritual, y'all gotta dig into Tibetan religion. I'm telling you.
And that's why, like, Tibetan I feel like so there's this thing with lamas that they're spiritual. Like,
so spiritual.
So my sister went to Peru and she was like, yo, Jessie, I don't know what it was, but like I had this connection with these llamas. Like they were looking at my soul.
Oh, the animal llama.
No, the animal.
It wasn't like a bunch of us, right?
No. Yo, you funny. No, it was an actual animal llama. And my sister was at Machu Picchu, and like, you know, it's like crazy, like ancient ruins over there, and there were some llamas roaming around. She just had this like spiritual connection with this llama. And like, I don't know, it just always resonated with me that they're like these mystical creatures. And like, so when you like, I don't know, it's funny, when I was reading about that blog about you, it was like, oh, young llama's mysterious. He like only gives 1-word answers and blah, blah, blah. And then like, you know, like,
I don't want to like make anybody feel too special, anybody feel less special either.
Facts.
You get what I'm
facts.
saying? Like,
but like you sharing about your name and like the meaning behind that, like I feel like that in general with like my experience, your experience, like that's a spiritual name right there. Like Young Lama, I feel like is such a strong spiritual name.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I just want like for you embracing that even.
Llamas what got me over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you're like, it's staying
forever.
Promise
it's always gonna be Lama, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause I seen you know.
You better not turn to Lil Llama though, because I'll fuck you up if you add in a Lil. There's way more than enough Lil rappers over here.
I'm happy to be young, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
You're like, but I'm grown though.
But I ain't gonna lie, fuck it, I do like, you know, Llama's good for now. I ain't gonna say much, but Lama got me over here. I'm gonna keep it for a while.
Hey.
But eventually, I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
Explore more.
Yeah. Well, you'll change and you'll grow and you'll adjust to a new llama, and then we'll see.
I almost want to name myself fucking thing too, like him too. Young Freedom type shit, you know what I mean?
I fuck with that.
That's all it's about, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, Young Llama, I don't know how familiar you are with the show, but I always ask a very specific question on all of my shows.
I'm a big fan before you're saying
I'm gonna cry. I'm slightly fangirling it today because I'm a huge fan of your music. So like, I'm here like, I appreciate you even chopping it up with me. But you know, on Old Soul Young World, I started this shit because I felt different. Whether, you know, you came from a different background of your journey of being a refugee and coming here, I felt like a spiritual refugee. I felt like I never fit in. I felt like I could never relate. I felt like I was down, depressed. The people my age didn't understand my mentality. The people older than me slightly did, but I was younger, so we couldn't match up. Like, it was always these things where I was down on myself because I just felt different is what it comes down to. So I'm just wondering from you as Young Lama, whatever you've gone through, whatever you've been through, whoever the fuck you are, whatever you believe in at this point in your life, what does it mean to you to be an old soul in a young world, even if you yourself are not an old soul?
It's a really, really like big pleasure to be out here. I'm not even like, because you know, like, I've been doing this rap shit for a long time, but at the same time, it's really hard to find people with good vibes and just like good, like somebody that I can just like really connect to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I met you on the show, and I didn't even tell you this before, but like, you know, I remember like just, I was performing this shit, and I looked to my side, and you were just out there in the corner, like just vibing, you know what I'm saying? And at that point, I already knew, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna have more shit like.
Yo, I was hoping that I was singing your lyrics and you were singing your lyrics, and we made eye contact and we were both singing the lyrics, and I was like, I know he felt that shit. I pictured
that moment, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how, like, that's what I'm saying, it's really important to like,
facts,
like, you know, stick to like all the like positive side, good vibe people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very, very like honored to be out here for sure. Like, you good people, like, you know, I'll come back here again after my next album, you know what I'm saying?
We appreciate that so fucking much. And you know, I don't know what type of soul that you resonate as, whether you're old, you're young, or you're somewhere in between, but whatever your fucking vibe is, Lama, I resonate with it, and I appreciate it. And you know, for 2022, at least for me, big things coming always making moves, always making changes. If I'm a better Jessie Elly than I was in 2021, I'm already winning.
I promise you are.
Yeah, and I promise you fucking are, yo. Is there anything coming in 2022 that people should be looking out for?
I got an album dropping.
Whoa, what?
You know, it's like...
Sorry. I'm yelling.
That's crazy.
When's your album dropping?
It's called Blessings and Curses, right?
Yo, can you be saying this right now?
Yeah, Blessings and Curses. It's like I specially named this Blessings and Curses because, like, you know, like my life didn't start as beautiful and green as how I expected, I guess, or how...
Yeah.
But I made it look beautiful, you know what I'm saying?
Oof.
And I'm gonna keep doing that.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So it's called Blessings and Curses. Like,
love that.
Everything to it always has a good and bad side. It's never perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how, what you like, put your mind into, what you delve into. Like, you see positive, you see positive, you see it's a curse, you see it's a curse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can't change.
Right.
As long as you breathe.
Facts. And if you believe in it, if you can manifest it, if you can think it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's got every different emotion in it. In some track, I'm sad. In some track, I'm on my soft shit.
Yeah.
In some track, I'm
like
on my aggressive shit. In some track, I'm really slanging shit. You know what I'm saying? Some track, I'm you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like that. So it's very versatile with it. And I feel like, you know,
that's fire.
People go fuck with it.
Yes. I'm sorry, when can people expect that?
It's still...
Is there not like a set date?
Not a set date, but it's coming out.
Okay.
I promise you.
All right, word. Sometime in 2022.
It's gonna be worth the wait. It's gonna be worth the wait.
Worth the wait. You already fucking heard him. You already know. We about to be out there. I'm gonna be doing my fangirl shit, bumping in my car 2-3 times a day, like I already do with Lifestyle. Go check out Lifestyle if you haven't heard it yet.
Get it ready.
You know, but on that note, Young Lama, I just want to thank you so fucking much. You're actually our first guest of 2022 coming on the show.
No, yeah.
And I want to kick you off because you're such a positive vibe.
Thank you.
Inspirational to me when I even found out
Vice versa, you too.
Thank you. And like when I found out slightly about your story, I was just like, yo, this is somebody different. This is somebody that I want to talk to, and this is the reason that I started this podcast.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, if you don't mind plugging yourself, letting people know where they can find you, where they can listen to your music, your IG, your YouTube, all that shit.
If you know how they say it, right? If you look hard enough, you can find anything you want. So,
hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
so,
you got so many gems you're dropping, yo.
So, you know, so you can find Jesus if you want to. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for Young Lama, it ain't that hard.
Google him.
Google Young Lama official on Instagram. I'm not really that, like, you know, advanced with the technology and shit. I just got Snapchat. I just got Instagram.
Hey.
So I'm in all the platforms. Old soul, yeah. So, you know, catch up.
So you guys, you know, make sure you go follow him everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, iTunes, Apple Music, all that shit. I'm a little more technological, so make sure you tune into him, all those things.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, guys, you know, it was such a blessing to have Young Lama on the show this week. We've really chopped it up. I hope anybody listening in who heard his story, who is coming from their own struggles, their own successes, trying to move forward, be a better fucking person with yourself. Like we said,
that's important.
Very important. If you're a better you today than you were last year, you're already winning. If you're a better you today than you were yesterday,
you know, so you're already winning. I'm telling you.
You're already winning.
Yesterday is a history. How did
Today
it go?
is the future.
No. Yesterday.
I don't know.
Yesterday was a history. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow is a mystery.
Oh shit! You're right. I haven't heard that one for a while.
Today is present. That's what's a God's gift.
Oh my God! I feel like we could have a fucking 3-hour podcast. This is crazy.
Yeah, I do gotta take a piss before that.
No. We're wrapping it up right the fuck now, yo.
I'm not fucking violating you right
but
now.
I just want to let you guys know, guys, if you need to follow Young Lama, make sure you check him out on all platforms. And again, we're gonna be having so many guests on the show in 2022. Make sure you tune in with me every week on Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jessie Elly.
Let's get it.